Hi everyone. Today, another aspect of wedding, and this time not from the men's perspective, but from the woman's perspective. A wedding lasts a day, but for many women, the preparation for marriage begins years before the wedding, and much of it has nothing to do with choosing a partner. It is about carrying expectations, responsibilities, and fears that are rarely spoken about. When I look at female clients in my clinic, um, there are a lot of pressures that they already have while they are looking or they are preparing towards marriage. Number one, the pressure to make the marriage work. So many of the girls grow up hearing, your marriage should last forever, adjust a little, don't let small things ruin your home. These messages can be helpful when they encourage commitment, but they can also create an internal belief that if the marriage struggles, it must somehow be the failure of the girl or the woman. Then what happens is that if a person is confident, maybe she will navigate through the challenges the marriage brings. But if somebody has strong people pleasing tendencies, low confidence, they may express they may avoid expressing concerns before anything happens because they fear conflict or they fear rejection. I see so many women in India, they constantly try to deal with this fear of rejection, and it's very unfair towards them. The second, the pressure of leaving one family while joining another. Marriage involves often involves a major identity shift for the woman. There are questions like, will my parents be okay without me? Will my new family accept me? Can I be myself here? Unlike a job change, marriage often requires emotional relocation, not just physical relocation. So, along with an excitement, there's also a lot of grief of losing your foundation from where you have been born and brought up. Number three, the pressure to be good enough. Many women ask themselves silently, am I a good wife? Am I caring enough? Am I attractive enough? Am I doing enough for everyone? When your self worth becomes dependent on others' approval, then anxiety naturally increases. Number four, the pressure to balance multiple roles. So within a short period, there are a lot of role changes. Wife, daughter in law, professional if you're working, homemaker, future mother, family member in two households. Um, Psychologically, there's a role overload, and that leads to increased stress and emotional exhaustion. Number five, the pressure to keep everyone happy. Sometimes, and that's a very common mistake women do, and I tell them not to. It's funny that being a man, I advise them on marital conflicts, but somewhere I feel that um, it helps me to have a very objective and neutral perspective towards what is fundamentally going wrong. So I often tell my dear clients that they don't need to become emotional managers from day one. So what do emotional managers do in a house? They prevent arguments. They notice everyone's emotions. They have to maintain harmony. They have to sacrifice personal needs. This invisible work is called emotional labor. And what is the irony of this? The more invisible this work becomes, the less appreciated it often feels. Then, a very important pressure that develops is the pressure around motherhood. Soon after marriage, many women encounter questions like, when are you planning children? Any good news? Don't wait too long. Regardless, regardless of their own readiness, these expectations can create guilt and anxiety. And I feel motherhood is one decision which only and only the woman should make because it is her life that is physically and emotionally the most impacted. And this is a point we often ignore. So, what can be done? What, um, how we can, as a society, make efforts to make this journey or transition of marriage a bit better for women. A message for husbands. Marriage is not about sharing responsibilities. It is also about understanding the invisible emotional backpack that your partner has been carrying long before she met you. So, help her to create a relationship where she does not have to earn acceptance by constantly proving herself. And this is where the role of the husband becomes very, very important. Some solutions that I think women can try when they are preparing for marriage. Um, Number one, replace I have to be perfect with I have to be real. You don't have to be a perfect wife, perfect daughter in law, perfect professional. Aim to be authentic instead of perfect. You are allowed to make mistakes, ask for help, say that you are tired, and learn on the job. So, healthy marriages have a better chance to grow when they happen with honesty, not perfection. Number two, stop measuring your worth by everyone's happiness. You are not responsible for the emotions of everybody else in your family. You are responsible to people, but not for their feelings. So ask yourself that did I act with kindness? Was I respectful? Did I communicate honestly? So it is not about feelings. It's about whether I conducted myself in a manner that is stable, that is comfortable to me. Number three, build boundaries early with respect. Boundaries are not bad, they are not negative. Boundaries are not walls, they mean clear expectations. So it is not about saying no. It's like saying that, okay, I'd like to help, but I need some rest first. When you make boundaries from the start, it prevents resentment. If you make boundaries later, after having being suppressed for a long time, then you will become resentful. Number four, talk before problems become fights. Don't wait until frustration becomes unbearable. Instead, have regular conversations. If you make this effort from day one of your marriage, slowly and steadily, this will become a habit. Communication is the single most difficult point in a marriage to work. Um, just because you have communicated well before marriage doesn't mean you will do it later. It's a constant effort that people need to make even after they are married for a long time. Don't lose your identity. That's point number five. Marriage is one important part of your life. It should not replace every other part. So continue to invest in your friendships, hobbies, career goals, spirituality, physical health. If you are connected to the other parts of your identity, you will not become dependent or vulnerable towards that one relationship in your life, which is your marriage. Other areas of your life will help your marriage to, it will give the fuel for your marriage to thrive and develop. Um, Husbands can also reduce their wife's emotional load. So it's important to notice when your partner gets overwhelmed, she's sharing household responsibilities without being asked. You have to stand beside her during family conflicts because um, you have to understand that this person now holds more responsibility in your life than anybody else till now. So when you work in a team, you defend each other. It's important. And unless you do that, the she will not be able to make the necessary boundaries to protect herself. When a woman gets married, she right away, the training has been such that she's never going to very actively create boundaries for herself. This is where the husband's role becomes very, very important. Um, Family should support, not evaluate. So, if there are parents of girls who are watching this, so instead of giving advice every day, give them reassurance, let them talk about what they're feeling, um, support them, be there for them. Don't shut them off just because they're sharing some complaints about their marriage. Um, the purpose of this video is that, when we have to make a career, we prepare years for it. go through school, college. Um, but marriage is one area we never prepare for. So we need to learn these emotional skills, um, so that we can use them when the time comes. So the goal of marriage is not to find someone who never disappoints you or you disappoint them. The goal is to build a relationship where both people feel safe enough to grow, communicate, repair misunderstandings, and remain themselves. The burden of making this marriage perfect is not just of a woman, it has to be shared, built by two people. When it is built by only one people, or one person, sorry, it becomes toxic and it becomes very unfair. Think about these aspects and share your inputs, suggestions, and I'll be happy to cover them in the coming videos. Thank you.